Hello world and welcome back. This is Chad from CNC Cards and Collections. So today I am looking at, because I see this in some of the TCG world, but not a lot in the sports world. So I thought I would go over my process, since I am a set collector mostly, towards putting together a set. So my first step is you got to decide what set you want to collect, right? And so right now I'm really into the 2025 Score Trick or Treat or Halloween cards that they have out right now. They're kind of a fun set to open. They're real easy, pretty cheap. That's all things that I enjoy. And so I figured I'd start with that. It's only 400 cards, so it's pretty doable to do the whole set. And I thought it would be kind of fun on the side to see how many of the packages that they come in, right, from the Walmart. So the packages that you would have to buy and open to be able to complete the set. So it's kind of a side quest that we're doing with this as well. I've already opened 3 of the sets, 3 of the packages. So I have a bunch of cards to work with. Obviously 3 is not enough, but that's where we're starting. So step 1, figure out what cards I want to do a set of. Typically find something that you enjoy, sport you like, a card that you kind of like. Obviously one that you can afford would be a good idea as well. Secondly, you got to figure out what you're going to do with it. Am I going to put it in a box? Right, this is a 660 count box, so it's too big. But yeah, are we going to put it in a box, or are we going to put it into a binder? So I was thinking for the video that I would do a binder to be able to put it in the card holders. So look, if you're going to do a binder, definitely look for D-ring. Always do a D-ring. This was a photo album that I took the photo sheets out of and put card sheets in. And it works perfect because it is that D-ring. It can hold the cards. The next step I like to do is to write out a list, right? There are 400 cards, so I am literally going to sit here and write out 1 to 400 on my paper to make sure that I come up with all of the cards. So as I go through the set and I'm able to put the cards in, I can cross off which ones I have, and it gives me a quick reference for later as to the cards I have and the cards I don't. 23, 24, 25. I tend to get 25 in a row. So I'm going to pause the video, finish writing this out, and then I will get back to you guys with the progress. All right, there we go. All 400, all written out. As I go through, once I get over 100, I'll do the 9 just as numbered, and then like 310, and then I'll go 11, 12, 13, all the way through 320, just so I don't lose my spot when I'm marking cards off. You can print off a numbered list like this and do it on the computer. My printer doesn't work right now, and I'm old, so I tend to just do it by hand. But we got all 400 written down on one sheet of paper, front and back, so not so bad. All right, so my next step, I've chosen what cards I want to collect. I've chosen what I'm going to put them in. I have my numbers. I've already opened the cards, so that's obviously a big step as well. After this, I got a huge stack, right? I've got over 360 cards here, I think. Just about 350 cards here. So I've got, obviously 3 packs isn't enough. Now I go through 0 to 100, put them in one pile, 101 to 200, and another 201 to 300, etc., etc. And I just start splitting them out by the 100, so that makes it easier to to sort them and put them in your rows. Put them where they're going to live. So the next little bit is just doing them up like this. And you're going to make a couple mistakes here and there. A 200 gets into the 100 pile, etc. It's no big deal. It doesn't hurt. See, I just did it. 20 door set. Get the other pile. It doesn't hurt. It's okay to do that. So for the next little bit here, this is what I'm going to do. And yeah, so I will pause the video again, and I'm going to sort a bunch of these out, and then I will get to you guys and let you know what we do after this step. All right, kids, so we have decided what set we're going to collect. 2025 Score Trick or Treats. We've decided we're going to put it into a binder. We have written out our numbers, and then I took my cards I had open and I split them up into piles, so you can see the piles here. So the issue I'm having right this minute is that this is 0 to 100, and there's a lot of these, but 300 to 400, I've only got one. I was expecting to have a little bit bigger of a better array of the piles. Alright, but so that's what we got. That's where we are right now. So we're going to move these piles out of the way. We're going to start with the 0 to 100, and we're going to split it up again now that we got it down like this to being just 0 to 100s. Now we're going to break it down by 10s. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 20, you get the idea. And then at that point we can start taking it each little pile at a time and putting it into our binder and crossing it off on the list as to what we have. So that's going to be the idea. So for our next little bit, that's all we're going to do. Is just break these down. 30, 40, 50, we'll put 60 here, 50 over here. Yeah, we're gonna just break these piles down into manageable piles so that we can then cross them off and put them into our book, which is gonna be exciting. That's the awesome part, is when you start getting to do that. So it does take a little bit of work to get here. Like I said, I picked this set just because of the cost. I like that there's no parallels in this set, because that kind of bugs me, honestly, the parallels. So, you know, if I get the card, I get the card. I'm not getting the card, but I'm getting the wrong color of the card, right? Because, God forbid, you get the wrong color of the card. That would be terrible. But to be a set collector, do you need to do the whole set? No, you don't need to do the whole set to be a set collector. If you don't want the whole set and you just want to do the rookies out of the set, there's 100 rookies in this. Just do the rookies. Figure out what the numbers are of the rookies and do that out, and just collect all 100 rookies out of this set and call it a day. You don't have to do the entire set to be a set collector for this. That's not necessary. I have a couple other sets where I've done that, where I really liked the rookie cards out of the set, and I just took the rookie cards and did that, and I'm super happy with the way it came out. Right? Other sets I like is some of the stuff when I was a kid collecting. Everybody had a set, right? Post Cereal would put out a set, and you could collect all that stuff. Hershey's, one of my favorite sets I have, is a 1984 baseball Hershey's set, and it's awesome. Super cool. You get like the big players of the day, because a special set like that isn't going to put a backup that never sees the field into the set, right? So you're going to get good players, and it's something special. Just like Hershey's, I don't know if they did any more sets other than that one, and I really like it, and I'm super happy that I have it. But it's just a little special set outside, right? So you don't have to do big sets. You might be a set collector and not even know it if you're a person that collects rainbows of a player. Okay? You are a set collector because you're working on the rainbow for that guy. That's a set, right? It's a set within a set, and it's awesome. I think it's great. So that's where I'm at with that. I'm going to spend the next little while doing this, and I'll pick you guys up in a minute. All right, so I have sorted my cards into the 10s. 0 to 10, 11 to 20, etc., all the way up to 100. Now I got to make a little space so that we can start working on putting our set together. So yeah, and like I said, your set can be whatever you want it to be. You want to just do the rookies? Just do the rookies. You want to just do a team? You're a Bengals fan? Just do the Bengals. No big deal. It's not a problem. One of the podcasts I listen to, Sports Cards Live out of Canada. Awesome podcast if you haven't heard it. I really like it. One of the guys that goes on that podcast, and typically is in the career of buying and selling sports cards. So the cards he deals with are hundreds of dollars and some thousands of dollars. But for his PC, the cards he collects, he digs through the quarter box for, because he likes to get cards that are of guys winning the Stanley Cup, right? So that moment when they've won Game 7 or whatever, they win the Stanley Cup, and they're skating around the ice, holding the cup up over their head, like that's what he likes. And they're quarter cards, and he's got a huge collection of them. But that's what makes him happy. And that's what you should collect, is things that make you happy, you guys. It doesn't have to be the highest valued card in the set. Just go after the one that makes you happy. Alright, so here we are. So now I am separating my pile. So number 6, Xavier Restrepo. Cross him off the list. Number 6, I put him in the pile to keep. Number 5, I've already crossed off, so I can put him in the discard pile. Number 3 I've got, and number 7 I've got. Alright, so out of that, I'm missing 1, and I'm missing 4, and I'm missing 10 out of the first 10. So then I take these, and I find my binder, and here we are. We're just working on the first page. This is it. Alright. Oh, this is going to be trouble. My space is a mess, you guys, and super small. Alright, so card 6, bring over here. I slide into card 6 spot. And we're trying, I can't do this with one hand. Yep. Alright, so I'm going to put these in, and then I am going to get back with you guys. Alright, so my first 10 that I've done, here's my page. I'm missing first couple, but I got them put into their spots in order, and then I've also crossed them off the list on my checklist that I made, and that's the process. I'm just going to keep going through this until I run out of cards. I get up to number 300. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to run through this for another hour, and I'll meet up with you guys in just a little bit. Alright guys, so we are through the first 100. I've made a mistake, of course. If there's a mistake to be made, it is me that is going to make it. Alright, so the way this set is set up, because I told you guys at the beginning, I didn't have anything from 300 to 400. There's a reason for that. The way Score made this, they did all of their non-rookies from card 1 to card 300. So the first 300 which I thought I had almost a full page. I do not. I only have 2. Are all the non-rookies in this. And then what should be 300 to 400 are all the rookies. However, they did not number the rookies from 300 to 400. They numbered the rookies from 1 to 100. So if you are only going to collect the rookies out of this set, as you open them, keep them separate, because from 1 to 100 are the rookies. From 1 to 300 is the non-rookies in the set. So the old guys like Al Toon and the young guys like Bryce Young are all in this section of the binder. So yeah, so from 1 to 300 is the non-rookies, the old guys, the guys that have been in the league a couple years, and then after that 1 to 100 is a subset out of the 1 to 400 that they have. So there is no 301 to 400. That doesn't exist. So I learned that. I had to look it up on the checklist under Beckett. So Beckett was a huge help to me with this. Maybe I should have looked at that first, but I didn't. But we know what we're doing now. So we're going to make our way through the rest of this. I'm going to separate all these out by 10s, run them through the checklist, put them into the binder, and then I will catch up with you guys after. So thanks, and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so the other way that you can work on a set, other than checking them off on your list and then putting them into your pages, in your pages, is that you can go through and put them in your pages and then check them off your list. Just do it backwards, right? So for the first 300, I checked them off, then I put them into the pages. For the 100, the subset of the rookies, I went and put them in the pages, and now I'm going through and checking them off. 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just count them out. 6, 7, 8, 9, right? 7, 8, 9. And make sure when you're doing this, you leave a spot blank for the cards that you don't have yet. So you don't have to go and move everything to put it in there. You just add it to your list, okay? So I'm going to go through and check all these off, and then I'll put the last card in with you guys. All right, you guys. 99 in card number 100 of the rookies is, let's flip him over, a lineman, Josh Connerly Jr., drafted by Washington. He goes right here. Now it's important when you're putting your cards in to the spots, you be careful with those 2 bottom corners. If you see cards that you've been looking at card shows and the bottom corners are dented or have damage to them, it's because of putting them into sheets like this and not being careful when they put them in, because the first corner you hurt when you try and open the spot. In the second corner, you hurt on this edge when you're trying to slide it in. So be careful putting them in here. But there we go. So that is a start on our set for the score. I have just enough pages in here too. That's awesome. 2025 Trick or Treat. So yeah. So this is my set so far. It is really hard to see because of that light. So I'll work out a better way of doing this. It is not complete yet. We have opened 3 full packages of this so far. So that's what we did. We have this much of cards. That's all duplicates out of that. Duplicate, triplicate, quads. You're going to end up with a lot of bulk, as they say when you're done doing this. So we've opened 3. We'll figure out together how many we need to open to complete the 400 card set, and we will do that together on here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. This has been great. I hope it was a little bit helpful. Have a fabulous day and make good choices.